Hello and welcome to Peaceful Rebellion. Well, today we are doing something extremely special. Today we have three of four other musicians who have come together and who are going to talk about what they do, talk about the music that they do, and we're going to listen to parts of some music from each person. All right, so we've got Kate, we've got Lewis, we've got Jules, and also Lisa may come in a little bit later. All right. So Jules, why don't you introduce yourself? Tell us who you are and what you're all about.
Steady on. My name's Jules, and I go out as Jules Demos. That's the YouTube and Bandcamp and Rumble title for my channel. So I've been putting together pretty good quality demos, I think. That's the aim, is to just keep rolling them and get an amount of songs together. So I'm sort of working on different stuff, new stuff. And the inspiration comes from our experience, and what we've experienced in the last 3 years is well, we don't have to even mention it, really. Inspired. It's amazing what we're inspired by: adversity, repression, anything that inspires anything. It just has to catch you somehow, somewhere. You have to feel it, and you have to sort of know about it somehow. And apart from being incredibly pissed off with what was happening, I was delighted to find that I could express not just my anxiety about it, but put some sort of form to it. And music tends to sort of be the catalyst, in a sense. So yeah, that's really my basis for this.
Okay, beautiful.
It's triggered off a whole lot of stuff. So thank God for adversity. Wow. If that's what we're asking.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think, these 3 years have been fundamental in shaping many people and in making many people get out of the comfort zone and do something very different. Your style, we're going to listen to your style. Your style in the one song that we're going to listen to is very kind of boom, I'm angry, I'm pissed off. Literally, excellent. So let's move to Lewis. Lewis, because your style, and you've done many tracks, your style is very, very, uplifting and everything. So tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hi, yeah. So my name's Lewis Hanshaw. I've musically, I suppose, I picked up the guitar when I was about 13. So I've been playing for quite some time, and it's always been like I've always just had it there. I've had periods where I've been quieter, in my 20s, and then 30s I was actually sort of semi-pro, had my own little show, quite a soul-destroying one-man, going around hotels and just to pay the bills. Little Beatles show, and then that really fell by the wayside. Young kids, building projects, everything, just the music suffered. But then last few years, the voice in my head: you really want to do this. You've got a message. You want to communicate your love in essence. And there's that song by, is it Travis? If you sing, 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 otherwise your love won't mean a thing. And that used to speak to me, because there were times when I thought about jacking it all in and just, my voice isn't very good, and the self-doubt. But that song used to speak to me, so I never gave up. But the whole, the whole pandemic stuff, really just shoved a hot poker up my butt, basically, and I just found myself. I tell you what, it was obviously the best is yet to come. Is a catchphrase that we all know from the boards, and but it was. I remember seeing Mark Atwood's poem. Mark, do you know Mark Atwood?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I saw him. Well, I saw that and I was inspired. One morning I woke up, oh, I've got to put some music to that. And I just thought, oh, I could do that. But then I found someone else had already done that. So then I ended up just writing my own song. And then I reached out to Jetson White, who's the channel that actually published the video. And he taught me how to make a video. I never made a video before. And it was just all kind of, it was this wonderful connection of events that brought me from being this sort of super secret, no one knows who I am at all, to starting to step into what I've always wanted to do. And, you know, to really start and prioritize that. So yeah, it was an unusual set of circumstances, but we're having the fortune to be able to go to these wonderful places on our travels and film these music videos. It's so much fun. And it's giving me an incentive. Oh, I need to get more recording done, and I've got to do this, and I've got to do this. And it's very daunting because you go from like 0 figures, you know, the whole social media, the feeling of inadequacy when you're starting with 0, especially like all the, you know, the short form stuff. But I'm just going to give it a go and see what happens.
Fantastic. Okay, beautiful. Thank you for that. And then what about you, Kate? Coming all the way from the Ukraine, yeah? So tell us about you and your inspirations.
Okay, so I'm Kate. My artist name is Hummingbird. I chose this name because it's very gentle and very nice, and it's represents a very light bird. So for me, this bird presents light and peacefulness. So as I remember myself, since childhood, I was always near the piano, somewhere around the piano. And whenever somebody was playing the piano, I was already there. I wasn't playing with kids, but I'd rather go to the piano. So my parents were observing this situation for some time, and then they decided to buy a piano and start some lessons. So that's what I did. And I remember composing my first songs, not songs, but music, when I was a child. Yeah. So my teacher helped me to write this scores. And then, you know, maybe I was 12 or 13. My dad bought me a first synthesizer. It was a Roland JV50 workstation, something like this, if I'm not mistaken. So it had 16 tracks and 2 drum tracks. So it made impossible things. And those were my first arrangements. And when I was 12, 13, I started to make arrangements. And but then life introduced itself, and a lot of changes happened, and I went to study to the medical university, and I became a doctor, and I still was trying to compose music. And then computers came, and I was working already in Cubase in years 2000. And so I started composing again. And by 2019, I think I had like 100 or 150 songs and just ideas, arrangements of my own arrangements, but they were not finished as much. That's just ideas, you know. And I just decided that I have to do something with it because it's impossible to stay like this, to write and not to show it to anybody. So I found a man. He works as a sound, yes, with mixturing and sound, and also does arrangements. So he helped me a lot to clean my arrangements and to make a good sound. And we recorded my voice on the studio. And after I just wrote when we started doing this, I wrote words and text lyrics, and the lyrics just were as if channeled. I don't know. So I was just sitting listening to the music, and just rhymes started to come up, and there's a funny thing that I wrote my lyrics and texts in 2019, and it was just before Awakening started. So, and I was so surprised when some of my texts were as if predicting the future, you know. And in 2022, I released my first album. So I will be very happy if you could listen to it and give some comments about the text and the lyrics and the music. And what else? Music is me, and whenever I have this feeling that's growing inside of my chest, I just go and sit near the piano. I just close my eyes, and sometimes I can be lost for 2 or 3 hours, simply sitting and playing. And that's when melody comes. I start to compose harmony, to put it together, and after that I only polish this new song, for example. But this is really what I love to do.
Okay, beautiful, beautiful. So all the very different different stories and different backgrounds. However, we've all come up. Well, I'll tell you my story very quickly. I picked up the guitar when I was 16, and then played it badly for the subsequent 40 years of just strumming. But I love music. I've been in bands. I've sung. Or I prefer to sing. I like to sing. But during the very first lockdown, and I don't even like saying that word, but during that lockdown, I thought, fuck 'em. I'm gonna do an album. And I had a friend who's a musician. I said, you do the music, I'll do the words. And the entire album, and the album is called Peaceful Rebellion, and it's about this. I mean, it's the whole story of this, and I was written as it was happening. So I was very angry, and like you, Jules, pissed off. But anyway, it was like when I look back at what I've actually done over the 3 years in terms of motivation, like you were saying, Lewis, incredible motivation. I've never been so motivated. So I really do think, I thank God it happened in one way. Obviously, in another way, I'm not happy, and I don't think anybody else is, but at least it's brought us together, and it's brought out all these beautiful songs. So why don't we start and have a listen? I'm just going to play verse, chorus, okay, and then we'll have a chat. So let's start with Jules.
I've been harassed in the park, threatened by an avalanche, lied to, cheated, disenfranchised by the very self-aggrandized little people hiding in the dark. And I'm walking through the door. You had better not be following no more. Yeah, I'm walking through the door. Get off my back, don't bother me no more. Hey, little people hiding in the dark. Little people hiding in the dark. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Little people hiding in the dark. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Little people hiding in the dark. Little people hiding in the dark. Little people hiding in the dark. Everybody's waking up.
I tell you what a fantastic groove that is. It's a really nice groove, isn't it?
And well, the lyrics, I mean, self-aggrandized. I'd never heard that used before, ever. It was like, oh wow, that's cool. Are we talking? So I'm getting people, like I'm imagining like the controllers, and it's a great way to kind of put them down. Like these controllers to hide behind the curtain. I don't know if that's where you were going with it, but that's kind of what it conjures up to me. Like we call them the elites. But no, they're the little people hiding in the dark. Yeah, I love it.
Yeah. What do you think, Kate?
Yeah, I love the sound and I love the music. Yeah, and the way you express yourself with this half talkative manner, and it's really impressive. Really impressive. The lyrics as well. I agree with Lewis.
Sure, and I like the woo hoo hoo. I like that bit.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
really nice. I like that.
Yeah.
And I remember when you sent me that and I listened to it, I thought, wow, liking that, and I like you very. Obviously, it picks up, and we didn't get to the get out bit in your music, but everybody can listen to the full version. We'll put it in the video information, yeah, just so that we don't, make this all just one music track. All right, so excellent. Just a question, Jules, before we move on. How many songs are you working on at the moment? Oh, you're muted.
Muted.
Okay, I'm working on 2 at the moment. I've got another one on. Sorry about this. Oh,
I thought you were playing an instrument there for a moment. A bit of inspiration coming on.
I don't know how to switch it off. I just had to cut him off.
Just cut him off.
I'm going to turn this darn thing off completely. Sorry, Willie. That's life.
You've cut Willie off. Yeah, this is not good.
Yeah. And there's another one which is on the same channel, which is called Horse Thieves, and we know who they are.
Yeah.
And that's on Rumble and Bandcamp as well. So there's just those 2, and there's 2 in the making.
Fantastic.
So, and more to come.
Excellent. And who does your music for you?
What? Who plays the instruments?
Yeah.
I do.
Well done. Well done. You do them all.
I played everything on Horse Thieves, and I played everything on that bar the bass and one of the acoustic guitars, but I played the harmonica, the other guitars, whatever else.
Fantastic.
Other instruments there are, but
well done.
Excellent.
Excellent.
It was just great fun doing it. It just worked, when something, when you got it in your head and you just know exactly how it needs to sound. And it was quite a simple production. It's got enough space in it, but it was just it just got, it was written that way as well. Some things just channel through you, and you're not in control of any of it. I believe.
Just hands raised. Who believes that the inspiration comes from somewhere else when it comes through them? Yeah, it's very much when it comes, and there's no stopping it, and you're not really in charge of what comes. It's incredible. It
drops right through the top of your head, through the top chakra.
Yeah.
You just have to be quick to write it down.
Absolutely. Yeah. Or get your phone and
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a bit like a dream, and you're awake, and you've got to get that stuff down. And you can sometimes write a song in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
True.
Beautiful.
True.
Okay.
That's what happened to me lately.
There we are. So Kate, let's move to your song, okay? And your song is Future Generations Stop War. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll just listen to a bit of it, and everybody can listen to the full version. And you've got an album as well, which you can tell us about. That's available. Okay, so now I shall move to share screen again.
Take a look all around you. Tell me, what do you see? You see million faces trapped in their screens. They are trying to be someone they are not. You see, you're the only one. You ask, is there anything worth fighting for? Hey, you mind what you pray for? All things turn into dust. We just need to be faithful. We need love, we need trust. You see, you are not alone. You say there is so much more worth
wow. So we only listened to half, and now the second half picks up a bit, and the video picks up a bit as well, doesn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, there is the second part is about the pictures of war.
Mm.
The the video, we have decided to do this after the war have started, but the song was written even before the war. During, I mean, the texts were written in 19, the lyrics. And it speaks about the future generation and how we people are lost in their screens and their phones and in all this propaganda. And when you look around, so you just get lost in this, and sometimes you lose hope. Is there anything that is worth fighting for? But still, there is, because the future generation is what is worth fighting for, truly. I have a child of my own. She's 9, and I speak to her about everything. We live in Lviv. It's the western part of the Ukraine, and during all of the war, we were here. We have lived through all of the bombings that were in our city. Lately, it was like 200 meters when the rocket fell near us, and it was horrible and terrible, honestly. But still, we have to speak about it. No matter what happens, what we say, we know how it goes, right? We know that big guys are playing their toys, but still, people like us do suffer. And a lot of people had to move, to leave their homes, and it's a big tragedy. People lost their nearest and dearest, and some of them became handicapped, and it's a hard thing to speak about, but we have to speak about this because it is happening in our world, it is happening in my country, and it may happen anywhere else. Who knows what they think of tomorrow? So I think that this song was chosen like the most important one because it speaks about the generation, the children that we have to think about today. We have to tell our kids the truth. We have to, I don't know, they teach us also because the next generation is very, very, very surprising. And to speak about the album shortly, if it's okay now to say a few words.
We'll come back to that. I just want to get the reaction of Jules
okay.
and what do you think, Jules, of that?
Oh, it was lovely. It was beautifully produced. The vocals are lovely and gentle and strong. Lovely, catchy, rippling sort of melody, and of course a very strong message, which is poignant, and as you say, you know, we have to speak our truth.
Yeah,
and you've made a lovely job of it, and a heartbreaking video too. I can't watch the old and the young suffer. I find it very hard to. I don't have a television. I've never owned a television, so I get very sensitive about stuff when I do see. I can't watch violence. I can't watch suffering. I find it just too much.
You know, it's a very good thing you're saying, because I used to be like this also, and I was crying all the time. I was very sensitive. But when this is happening near you, when this is happening with your people, when you watch this in all channels, in all Telegram channels, when you see this everywhere, it's when you finally have to face the truth, and when you finally have to find the strength inside yourself. And this is a transformation. This is a thing that makes you much, much stronger.
Yeah.
And you cross that line that you don't care anymore. Then you have when you have to say that those are bastards and these are not, and we are just protecting our families.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. So Lewis, what do you think of the song?
Oh, lovely, really nice. When you played at the beginning, was that with a click at the very beginning, or was it kind of free at the beginning, or was it because it felt like it was quite a free almost not on the grid, and then the beat came in and it tied everything in. It just it was really nice, because often everything's just written to a click the whole time, and there's no fluidity. And then so when the beat came in, really tied everything in, loved the groove, and the vocal harmonies. What a lift! What a lift! I like vocal harmonies. It's one of my things I really like, and it was a very, very well balanced. How many vocal tracks were there?
Oh, well, there are main 2 vocal tracks,
Yeah.
because they are played in interval. They were sang in interval, written in the interval. But there were some backups, backtracks with
Backing
the voice.
tracks, yeah.
Backing tracks, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Very nice. Love it.
Nice.
Yeah, and I mean, Kate and I have talked across years, really, haven't we? Years, and Kate sent me her album, and when I was running, I would listen to the album, and it's very, very uplifting. But I, like you, Lewis, I love vocal harmonies. I like when they're done really nicely. It does something to me inside. It changes my state. So I like Kate's work because she does beautiful, faultless vocal harmonies, which are very nice as well. So that's lovely. Excellent. Well, listen, it looks like a message came through from Lisa. She can't make it. She's not feeling very well, but I think I'd like to play a song, and then we can have a chat about what that is. Yeah. So I'll just share the screen again.
There may be hurt along the way. What's in our heart, somewhat we say. Just remember, we are all one, and our journey here has just begun. So rise up and stand strong. Rise up and hear our song. You are the light, and you are the key. You are sovereign, and you are free.
Beautiful. So that one has a real, I like that style, real gospel style, isn't it? It's lovely. Yeah. So what are your opinions? What do you think, Jules?
Well, it's almost like a very soft military. It has that kind of pace, and it has that it's reaching for something. It's heading for some sort of victory in its path. I love her voice. It's got really nice, almost like metallic qualities. And there's an awful lot of innocence in this song for me, but not without strength of where the voice is coming from. So I like all the songs. They're really all very good. Yeah, I liked the innocence in it. There was just something, and
Sure. Yeah, beautiful. Nice resume of that. Lewis, what do you think of that?
Yeah, it's interesting how it built up, because I didn't know where I was at the beginning, because the percussion, there's like I don't know what it is. It's like a gong or something, or a low drum. Maybe it's a tom or something, and it's on the fifth. And the music theory people, it's on the fifth of the tonic, so it kind of threw me a bit. And then when everything started to pick up, I was it's in the fifth, and then when the chords went to the fifth, it really joined in. And I'm wondering if she's subbed out to a local gospel choir or online to because that's something that I've wanted in the song that we're going to play in a bit. It was in my head, but I had never got around to doing it. So it's great to hear someone doing that,
Yeah.
and how it really does, like you said, the gospel, because it just is something about it that adds that times 10 magic. So yeah, very well done.
Yeah, excellent. And Kate?
Yeah, it reminds me a hymn. It's like a hymn, you
Yeah.
know, a call up to rise up. So it's very nice. I like it so much. And as you mentioned, the gospel influence, yeah, and you can feel the unity in this song,
Mm.
and the pictures representing it very well. It reminded me when I was choosing a picture for my album, I first thought of a pregnant woman with the earth inside. And here is also earth represented.
Sure.
So I like it very much.
Yeah, nice, very nice. And I, just speaking on behalf of Lisa, what she was saying to me, this is the only track that she's done. Somebody, worked out nicely, got the music done for it, but I think it's all her vocal. But she says that she literally channels every song, but she just channels a melody. So she's got lots of melodies and stuff, but all channeled and she sounds like somebody who's very religious, like a very strong religious belief. And so her themes are very kind of, in that way. It was lovely, beautiful. Takes all kinds to wake people up, doesn't it? Right. So now let's move on to Lewis's song, and we'll have a listen to this for a bit. Okay. So I'll share the screens again.
To me, so many things that I didn't need. Then the television lied. They said we shouldn't go outside for months, but the good comes with the bad. So much time on my hands that I never had. As the whole world turned in pain, the world would never be the same again. Do you wanna try and change the world or not? The choice will always be yours. But if you want to join along, the best is yet to come. I know it might not seem that way right now. The best is yet to come. It's time to heal and soon we'll find out how. The best is yet to come. Manifest your love. Now it's time to take the power back.
Lovely, lovely. So let's have a look. Kate, you give us your opinion first.
Yeah. I love a lot because the whole song and the whole performance reminds me of something very warm and very nice from my like childhood or somewhere a bit later. And the songs that we have listened to probably in the 80s or 90s, such a style. And I love your voice because it sounds really unique. And the percussion, the drums, and the way you change your harmony in the chorus and in the beginning and then in the chorus, it changes like 2 times, so even 3 times, I would say. So I love it. Not to mention about the pickup of the photographs and the all sense, the all meaning of the song.
Beautiful, Jules.
Okay.
It's a very generous song. It's very well thought out, and I love it. It's just so upbeat, and your chorus is just fantastic. It's like classics. That you just want to hear it for that one, but not all of it, but that one bit that just gets you. It's beautifully put together. Vocals are lovely. The words are generous. You've got a lot of verses there with lots of words, and I like the way you're fitting in lots of words into a tight space, and you're just getting it in and doing it very confidently, which is really, really, really nice. I love the resolve of this song, which is lovely. I wrote a song a long time ago, which has something a little bit similar, with the sort of that kind of that that lonely military American drum with the little bit of guitar, which was beautiful, and it takes it out. But I love the song. I think it's so upbeat and positive.
Mhm. Yeah, I
Thank you.
agree.
Wow.
And I like, I like the song. I heard the song. I remember you sent it to me, and I believe it was kind of being played on a lot of channels, a lot of the Awakened channels, the Truth channels, and everything that everybody said is absolutely. And I just like the bit where the line. I mean, it's just the best line in the world. Would you like to change the world or not? Yeah, I just love the way you slip that bit in there, or not. Yeah, bunch of bastards. I like it. Yeah, really nice song, very upbeat. All of your songs are very uplifting, and I like that. I like that. You've got a really positive attitude. Yeah, excellent,
Thank you.
excellent. So, right, so I'll play a little bit of mine. This is the album that I wrote during the pissed off lockdown. Okay, right. So.
I've heard it all before. I've seen the writing hanging on the wall. You've told so many lies, you think that we don't see them anymore. Can't you feel me? You can touch me. Don't you know it all?
So there
Oh,
we
I just want to keep on listening. Like, oh, it's really compact. Bang verse, bang chorus. I love the contrast between the vocal style in the verse to the chorus. It's like you were two different singers. That's quite incredible, because I was getting a sort of real American twang in the verse, and then you soaring out in the chorus. Love it. Yeah, really nice.
excellent.
And very, super topical lyrics, which I'm always on board with. Great job.
Thank you, Jules.
Psychedelic country.
Psychedelic country. I was definitely going for a country feel. Yeah.
Yeah, I love the drums, the drum rhythm. It really drives it. It's kind of got, I don't know, some sort of irony in there. It's kind of no, it's got a full, very confident push. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. It's lovely.
Thank you.
Right.
Kate?
Yeah, I love whole album. Actually, I already told you that my favorite one is Over the Hills, and yeah, because I don't know why, because of the music probably. When I first heard your album, I remembered Roxy Music. Remember such a band, Roxy Music? It came to my mind with the manner of Brian Ferry singing, like this. So it reminded me something of this. And I love the way you sing your own style, and the words are of course hitting the spot.
Sure. Thank you. Yeah.
The harmonies. Also, there is also a style in your harmonies in all of the album. There is a thing that you can notice, which is like a thread through the whole album. I love it. That's what makes it special.
Okay, thank you. So there we are. So we've showcased all of our songs. So all of what I'd like you to do, if you will, is whatever you've got in terms of links and everything, send them to me, and I'll put everything in the video so people can look around. But please, for those who are watching, I would ask you, please support, all of the musicians here. Help them by sharing and liking and all of this stuff, because there's an awful lot of shit out there, and I think sometimes this kind of music is really inspiring for people, especially, I mean, I remember, just as an example, when I heard your song, Lewis, and on the day I heard it, I was just having a bad day. and it lifted me up, you know. And I think we all need those moments, you know, or you know, when you hear, for example, your song, Jules, and you're having a pissed off day, and it's like, yes, that's right. That's right, you know, and or your music, Kate, you know, just, I mean, you've got all kinds of styles, so it's really, there's a bit of there for something there for everybody. Yeah. So
we're all saying, sorry, we're all saying something.
Yes.
You know, it's they're not just empty songs, they're not vessels, they're packed with something of meaning, and they're transporting somewhere and reaching the people that want to hear it, need to hear it.
I mean, isn't that the kind of the case with the music industry as a whole? Is only allowed certain empty songs to cultivate, because you can't get the general population really thinking and connecting on a heart level. So yeah, this stuff is kind of dangerous, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. And also what you've mentioned, Lewis, is when they use the beat and they put some kind of repeating patterns on the beat, with the beat, and that's like also like a hypnosis, but in this state you can put some kind of other information in people's minds, especially for youth. So,
Absolutely. I want to add something to that, but I think, Jules, you were going to say something?
Well, it's the beauty of independent artists doing what we want to do, how we want to do it, saying what we want to say, and there's no one telling us what to do. And you know, this is the I suppose the biggest threat. So we have just got to keep doing what we want to do, how we want to do it.
Yeah, I agree. And music, I think we all probably all in agreement. Music can transport you anywhere. It can take you anywhere. And just the point you made about hypnosis, music is very hypnotic anyway. It can, you know, you can listen to a song, you can be transported back in time to an emotion, to a feeling, to a memory. It's fantastic. Music is a time machine, but it's an emotional time machine. But it's also very hypnotic. And if you listen to the vast majority of lyrics that have come across through the years on purpose, it's, you know, these messages of I can't live without you, I'm nothing without you, I'm worthless without you, I love you but I can't have you, you know, all of these, like, the dreadful messages, absolutely dreadful, you know. So yes, we need some, either you're all a bunch of bastards, but we're all nice and we're all going to get to a great place. These are the messages that we want. Yeah. Yeah, excellent. So Kate, you've got an album out now. Yeah.
It's called Creation of New World, and there is the same song which I would really recommend to listen, because I think that a lot of my heart, of my love, is in this song and in the lyrics. When you listen to it, you will understand what I'm saying, and especially what's concerned about the music in this song. It is also combined of a lot of different parts, which are almost not repeating, because the music is constantly changing and changing and changing. Sometimes I do like reading the text, like it's not like rapping, but something like this.
One of the things I've noticed with your album, Kate, is that when I was listening, certainly the first time, because, you know, the first time is when you really notice it, and you're like, music's going along, and then it just goes off on a tangent. I think, where are we going to now? Didn't expect that one. You know, that's what I like about your style. It's, you don't know what's going to happen. What about you, Lewis? Have you got an album, or have you just got particular songs on their own?
No album, and I think I'm going to try and so I'm looking into the way it's done now, because I've decided that I've had enough of being a secret musician, I'm investigating how is the current thing done these days if you want to build a following without throwing loads of money at it. And so the idea is to sort of make lots of little music videos. You have a song, and then you make some little music videos, you know, 12 seconds, 20 seconds, and you put them on YouTube Short, TikTok, all that stuff. So I'm just going to be doing that. But I've got 500. I don't know, it's no good being on the phone, but I've got 500 or something ideas that I've been storing over the last 15 years that I consider that to be my body of work. I've just got to start doing it. It's like a download that I've had that, well, that's your body of work, so just get on with it and start doing that. But as it is, I have no way of buying, you can't buy it at the moment, but I've got to consider that, because people listen to stuff on Spotify, so I should probably be on Spotify just so that people can listen to it. But I'd just like to point out that if anyone wants to reach out, if you need any backing vocals or guitars or whatever, anything that you think I can do, I'm more than happy to do a collaboration of any kind. I think that's a great way to kind of share ideas and mix the energies, and it kind of gives me a kick to get doing more music as well. I've been busy traveling, but if someone says, "Oh, I really would like guitar solo on this," I'll be on it. I'll do it. So,
ooh, cool. Just as an aside, what I would love to do at some point is to do a collaboration where we create a song amongst us all and all do a bit of vocals and instruments or whatever. I think that would be beautiful. Yeah.
How would we do such a thing though? We're all in different geographical locations.
Well, I've seen other people do it, so there must be a way. We create the basis and then we pass it around, and each person records whatever they've got to record, the bit that they're going to do. Who knows? Yeah.
We can do this.
Yeah, we can do it. And Jules, you've already mentioned where you've got your stuff hanging. You've got 2, and then you're working on 2. So that's up and coming. Yes.
Yeah. I'm battling with playing a big bass guitar at the moment, and so that's a challenge.
Sure.
But it's there. We've just got to get the sound right, because at the moment it's a bit woolly. Without it putting the bass through a compressor, I can't get that like real bassy bass.
Yeah,
it's a very busy bass line. So, but I was thinking, it would be interesting to put a whole album together. We've got half of the material already.
Absolutely.
It'd be interesting to put, like, if we put in 2 songs each, it'd be 5 of us, and we put in 2 songs each. That's a whole album.
Yeah.
And if we packaged it as we could think of a good name for it between us,
Sure.
and we could put it out as a like a something of the essence of this period.
What a good idea! What a good idea! We shall have to continue talking about that. As we go forward. I mean, what I'd like to do is get together, leave a space of time so that we're all creating what we're creating and get back together and maybe, showcase our newest stuff or whatever. I'm busy working on my album, which is, before I've kind of, I've had music done for me, I put the vocals on. Now I'm trying to do everything myself, and I'm shitting myself. However, I'm thoroughly enjoying it at the same time.
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a good experience.
It's like being pushed to this, like, I'm pushing myself into a corner, and then I'm fighting my way out with the ability or the desire to put down what I'm hearing in my head. So it's a fantastic experience. And I'm having to pay for my recording, so I'm up against the time machine. Sometimes it's a good session, sometimes you get a lot done, sometimes you don't, and you've just got to keep rolling with that as well. But I'm just having to play everything, the drums, anyway, it's great, even though sometimes it's shite.
You can't wag a bit of shite every now and again. Yeah, it helps you decide between the good stuff and the shite. You've got to have the shite there for contrast. Yeah. So, well, listen, it's been so beautiful to talk to you all, and I want to say personally, thank you for coming to join us, but thank you for everything that you're bringing to the world with your music and the messages that you're bringing. It's absolutely beautiful, and just keep doing that. Yeah. Okay, so
say all of us.
Thank you
Yeah.
for inviting us.
You're
Thanks
welcome.
so much, Gordon.
And
you.
remember, all the information's in the video stuff. Like, subscribe, help everybody and help them get the name out there. Yeah. All right,
Thank you.
guys, then we shall go and we shall meet again.
Great.
All right.
Thank
Take care, everyone.
Love you all.
you. Nice to meet you all.
Bye.